Alright, welcome back. Second video on the rx7. We're going to be doing coolant, power steering, fan, what else? I'm trying to remember what else. We're just going to be getting it where I can put fluid in it, I could start it, it has oil in it. We're going to be putting coolant in it, we're going to be able to start it, basically just be doing all that stuff where we can put fluid into it, start it, let it run to temperature. Then when it's done running to temperature, we'll see if we can drive it. I need to bleed the clutch still and stuff like that, but right now we need to get the water pump off because I think it leaks. So I'm going to see if the water pump will stop leaking. We're going to get that fixed. I have a sealant thing for that. So let's get into that right now, and then I'm just going to do the power steering pump, the clutch fan, and all that stuff for the cooling so it can run up to temperature. I update on what I did to it though is I got the ignition, so I got the spark plugs to light. We fixed the hot wires in the other video of the starter, got that all fixed. Got the spark plugs to like ignite, so I have spark plugs igniting. It's getting air and fuel. I got a new pump for it. The gas pump was bad, so I just got a whole new system for it. It had an EGR valves. These ones, since they're the 13Bs, they're the NA, they have EGR valve. I don't know if the turbo ones do, but that EGR valve hole was open, so I had a massive vacuum leak that was ruining it. So what I did is I cut a little thing out of metal, put some sealant around it, and I put it on there. So it's the EGR valve delete. So I also plugged all the vacuum hose for the EGR valve, and now it starts up, but idle's very high. Now, I think it idles very high because it hasn't been started in years, like 2 years when I bought this thing. This thing has not been started. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get it where I can start it and idle it until it gets up to temperature, and if the idle drops, then I know it's not idling. If it keeps staying high in idle, I know there's a vacuum leak somewhere or something. But right now we're just gonna do what we know we need to do real quick. So let's get into that. Okay, well, I got my hands covered in it. I made a little bit of a mess, but all I really did was I took this off. Sorry, I couldn't really get a video of it. I just put some sealant on the back of this. That was because this gasket's fine. It's just you're supposed to do like a water sealant on it too, and I didn't do that, or the previous guy didn't do that. So I'm gonna clean up this a little bit and probably finish tapping that off, and then I'm gonna clean up my mess a little bit, and then we're gonna get on to doing the brakes and the clutch in the back, and then I'll do that, which that I have an idea for, so it's going to be a little bit longer, but I want to just start doing it right now. So I'll start doing that. It's the power steering assembly. I have bolts for it, but right now we just need to finish topping off the coolant, and then at least if we get the coolant in the car, then we can run it. So let's do that. Okay, so for the diagnostic, I was filling this up and I started leaking coolant. As you can see, a whole bunch of coolant on the ground from somewhere underneath the motor. So I don't know where the coolant's coming from. Let me jack the car up in the air and take a look, because I got no clue. Okay, so after looking a little bit closer, it's leaking from the top part of the motor. You can see it balling up right there, and it's leaking downward. So I'm gonna tear apart this intake, take it off. Done it before, it's pretty easy. I'm gonna take this intake off, and then we'll see where the fuck it's leaking from, and we'll put it back on. Okay, so after taking off the intake, I found the culprit. There's a little hose right here that goes to this EGR valve. Now, I thought that was covered, but it wasn't, and it was broken too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that nozzle over it, and then I don't have any hose clamps, but it's not really super pressurized. So I'm gonna take this zip ties, one of them, maybe two of them, and just zip tie the bottom of it to make sure it doesn't pop off. And there it should hold. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so now if you can see, I put the It's like a little nozzle, I think, end piece that I put over it. Put that little nozzle piece over it. Now we're going to throw the intake all back together. Fill it up with radiator fluid again, because I know that's the only thing that was leaking. Everything else is all connected. That's the only thing that was leaking. So we're going to fill it all up with radiator fluid again and put it back and put the car down, because I had to put it up because I thought it was underneath, but it's not. So I'm going to put it back down on the ground, fill it up, and then probably start doing the pump and the fan shroud, because I want to do the fan shroud last. It's like the biggest and it takes up the most space. So I want to start doing the pump next, and I might have to do that in the tomorrow, because it's already getting pretty dark and I just got this done. So, and this has already been day 2 of me doing this, so it's going to be probably 3 days. This video is not going to be out for a while, sorry, but I do have a video on that, which I will do an interview when I'm done with this on that in a second, on what that is. So let's finish this up real quick. I'm not using it for the brakes. I'm using it for this power steering system. It needs to go all the way down there to that little hose right there. And yeah, so we need to use it for power steering. I'm gonna route the hose, connect it, and that's about it. So let's get into doing that right now. But yeah, let's do it. We're just burning through the clutch, you know?
Bro, he's like, the clutch is feeling sticky. I'm like, well, it's not on me. I see how you drive a clutch. I've seen how you drive a manual. You do not know how to drive a manual, bro.
But he keeps asking to drive the scene.
He actually might have the roughest down.
Alright, so an update on what I have done so far on the rx7 is It's been a little while, so all I really did was I finished actually connecting this. It took a while to find a bolt that would fit this. So now the power steering's fully connected. Fluid in there, there's no fluid right now, but we can. So I'm gonna do that soon. Now what we are gonna be doing in this video is finding the belt for it. So connecting the belt, putting the bolts for the bracket for this on, and then putting the fan and the fan shroud in so we can run it to temperature. Because the only problem we're having now is that it idles like at 2000. They're supposed to idle at 1500, and it's idling at 2000. So all we need to do now is put the fan shroud in. It has coolant in it. I'm gonna try to run it a little bit, just make sure it just doesn't overheat, and run it with the pump and everything, and then figure out the problem with why idling so high. But half the reason why you want to have it to idle is if you have it cooling, you can actually let it idle for longer. It had no coolant in it, so now we can let it idle for longer, and we can actually figure it out. We couldn't really do that until we got the coolant in there and everything, because now it can actually idle for longer and not get overheated. So let's do that. All right, so I got all those bolts on because it was missing some for the fan shroud, but I got these nuts to go onto this bracket because this is loose. It's just sitting there. So I'm gonna put this on the bracket first, then put the belt on, and then we could put the fan shroud and all that stuff in. Problem is that it's hard as, like, you can't even get in here unless with the fan shroud on. So I decided to do these first, and then we'll get all this stuff. As you can tell, we got the belt routed. It goes around this, onto here, and it goes onto this front pulley, if anyone was wondering. This is a tensioner, and it goes to the compressor that's supposed to go right there. I don't have it. I have a compressor for the AC, but I don't have the front mount part for it. So I'm just going to leave it out because, I mean, it does get hot, but I have windows, and right now I just want to get it where I can drive it right now. So I'm leaving that. I got this belt to go up and around this, which I think that's wrong. I think this also gets its own belt that goes right here, because there's another one there. So this one is for the main serpentine, for the alternator and stuff. This one is for, I'm pretty sure this. I'm pretty sure it goes around that and then on there. This one's for the AC, and then this one's for the power steering. That works for now. It still rotates it, so I'm gonna leave it right now until I get another belt for that. But as of for right now, it's fine. So what we're gonna do now is that I got all this bolted up so this doesn't move, and these are the studs for the fan shroud. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the fan shroud and the fan and put it on here. The fan goes onto here, onto these. Fan shroud goes on here, and then probably tomorrow, maybe today, I'm gonna start it and let it idle to temperature. The problem we're having is I think this valve is an open and close valve, so you're high, low. And I think what's going on is this is getting stuck open, but it's not closing. Now, I don't know, there's another switch back there basically that says, lets it get air. I don't know if it's because this is stuck closed, stuck open, I don't know. But the problem is I can't even let the car run enough for me to come over here and adjust like that or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically get all the coolant in and all that stuff so I can let it run for a little while, and then mess with this, mess with the idle air control valve, which is right here, and just mess with all of it. I mixed up the wiring, or the vacuum lines, I think, so I remixed those back around. Also, it has the wrong ECU in it, doesn't read RPM, so I'm gonna switch the ECU out too, and hopefully that will help it too. But we're getting really close, we're almost done with it. This video, I'm gonna try to get it to run and drive at least, so I can drive it in this video. If we can't, next video I will. This video is gonna be up, I'll probably post it Mondays when it'll probably post. It'll probably be up Tuesday, depending how long it takes. But I'm gonna be trying to get this up Monday, so hopefully you guys see this Monday, if not Tuesday. But we're gonna just keep doing some stuff to this so we can get it to run and drive. And then, like I said, stick around because I want your guys' thought on this. This is a completely stock motor internally, but I have another motor I want to do a lot of stuff to. I want to do Bridgeport, apex seal, stuff like that, big turbo setup and stuff. This one, you guys can let me know. I don't care. I can go ITBs, I can go big turbo. I don't know. I mean, this motor is just going to be the fun motor, blow it up, and then hopefully if you guys keep supporting the channel with, I have some merch coming out for this car and my other car I have. So if you guys want to buy that, that will help support the channel and me building this and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll get into this soon. I'm gonna build, like, fix it real quick, and I'll show you guys once this is on and all that stuff. So let's get into that. All right, as you can tell, we got the fan shroud. Fan is back there. It's all bolted up. So we got that done. I'm going to put the power steering in, and then all it really is little stuff like putting this back on. Interior needs to be cleaned up, but stuff like in there, this door doesn't work. My buddies broke that door. But anyway, putting that back on, putting that on, stuff in there's like in there, down by the passenger's footwell. We need to put this ECU in because that's the one for the car. So that's the one that will actually read the RPMs and everything. Just little things like that will work once we get all connected and up. I need to put brake fluid in it. It's really low on brake fluid, and clutch fluid needs to go into it. So I need to brake and clutch. I need to bleed them both, which isn't too hard since it's like literally clutches such a tiny motor in these things. The clutch is literally right there. So there's the nozzle, there's the clutch. Brake is right here, clutch is right here. So both of those are just going to literally plop right in. But I'm gonna put fluid in here, and yeah, it should starting to come together. I have the battery out to get that in. This I need to like get some bolts. It's kind of just, you know, sitting here, which I don't really like a lot, but it will work for now. Eventually, once we get the AC in, I'm gonna have to tear that stuff out again and put the AC in here, route the belts, all that fun stuff. But right now it's gonna run, so we are going to keep on putting fluid in there, get the power steering to work, and yeah, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm trying to get this out of the way so I can show you guys, but see that? This is the ECU. I just swapped them out. See how that one has a black tag? I'm gonna tell you guys the difference. That one has a black tag. The one here has a green tag. That one's for a non-convertible. That green one's for a convertible. So they do like relays and stuff in the motherboards themselves act differently. So it wasn't reading RPM. Now it's probably going to read RPM, coolant temperature, all that stuff, because it used to not read any of that stuff. Now it will, because it's just two different ECUs. You need to get the right ECU in these for to actually read like gauges and stuff. So now I have that in there. Other thing I have done as of right now is that I got some fluid into the brake and the clutch, and I was pumping them because I wanted my brake and clutch to work. So I got some fluid in my brake, I got some fluid in the clutch. So fluid's in the clutch, fluid's in the brake. They still need to be bled, but I need 2 people here to do that, and it's just myself working on it right now. So I got that done. Got fluid in power steering. We'll open that up. And I overflowed it because I'm pretty sure fluid in there. I overflowed it because I'm gonna have to start the car. Now this car is straight from header straight to just like a full straight piped. So this car is very loud to start. So I don't want to start it right now and wake up all my neighbors. I started it once at like 10 o'clock. Already got yelled at by my neighbors from it. But yeah, we're just going to be done with it in this video. I did everything I can. So we're gonna be done with it in this video. Next video, the intro, is probably gonna be me running the car and me driving the car. I don't think you guys really want to see all the behind the scenes stuff of like, hey, why does it have no plate? All that little stuff. I don't really think you guys really want to see that. Mainly just the stuff that I got done so far. If there is anything else that I can't figure out, I will do more videos on it. But right now, I think we're done with it until it's gonna drive. This coming up weekend, I think the 8th, watch for a video there. I won't disclose it right now, but it involves that car right over there, which means something to do with introducing that car and stuff like that. Next week, I'm probably gonna do work on this on the side by myself, and then I'm probably gonna do some more intro stuff with that car. As you guys seen, this is the only car on the channel. I don't just have this car. If you guys saw that truck in the background when I was showing you that car, it's also my truck. It's a pretty cool truck. I will introduce those later on. Right now, I'm just trying to introduce this because this is the main thing I'm working on, and I think you guys would like to see this. A lot more work on this. I mean, it's a really clean chassis. It just needs some loving, and I think you guys would like to do that more. So I'll introduce that car next week because I have a event coming up next week that includes that car, includes what I do, includes what I'm going to mainly do on YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to close out this video with just a nice good stare at the car with the doors open. And yeah, we got all this stuff that we needed to done. It's able to basically drive now. We just need little things here and there. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Please hit the subscribe and like. Leave any comments of anything you guys want done more. Leave any comments if you guys want to see any merch of this car. I'll do some merch for it. I do all the merch myself. But yeah, just basically leave comments, hit subscribe, hit like if you guys want to follow along with this and some other builds I have going on right now. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. It's the second video. We're going to keep posting. I'm going to be posting every weekly, and let me know what you guys want to see done to this thing. It's completely stock, so perfect car to just start doing stuff to it. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. It will be a cool video at an event too. So peace.